Chapter 5, Lesson 3, talks about the angles of a triangle. So here is one thing for your notes right off the bat. There are 180 degrees in every triangle. I don't care if it's huge, small, right, acute, obtuse, scalene, isosceles, equilateral. There's 180 degrees in there. Meaning, whenever I say that, I am talking about the angles of a triangle. Okay, that's a, kind of looks like a bugle. I don't know, maybe a crazy carrot. Anyway, all three of these will add up to 180 every single time. I don't care what kind of triangle you have. You can have a tall, skinny one. All three of these angles will add up to 180 every time. So that's something to keep in mind. All right. So a little bit of vocab here for you. Triangles formed by 3 line segments. You knew that. That side, and that side. So 3 line segments that intersect at only their endpoints. A point where the segments intersect is called a vertex. Not really a word you had to look up, but that should be a word that you already know. The angle formed by the segments that lies inside the triangle is the interior angle. So basically this segment intersect at this vertex and they form this angle right there. So find the value of x in the Antigua and Barbuda flag. So it has, they're talking about this triangle right here. If you can see it, it looks kind of dark. It's kind of hard for me to see. This angle right here is 55, right here. That has a box in this corner. What does that box mean? Yep, that's a 90-degree angle. That is a right angle. And you're looking for this angle right here. So if you know that there's 180 in the whole thing, you should be able to add 90 and 55, get 145, and you know that that equals 180, so you subtract that from 180, x is 35 degrees. Surely you remember doing this from pre-algebra, maybe even, I think Math 87 even had that in there. So you've had that for the last few years anyway. So pause it and try, got it. All right, in triangle XYZ, if angle X equals 72 and angle Y equals 74, what's the measure of angle Z? So what they are telling you in a triangle, doesn't really matter what it looks like, out of the 3 angles, right, 3 letters here. So one angle is this, one angle is this, what's the third one? Add these 2 together. 72 plus 74, 146. You take that away from 180. Come on board. 34 degrees. Make sure you are labeling these with degree symbols. All right, there are degrees. 34 degrees. Example 2. The measures of triangle ABC are in the ratio of 1, 4, and 5. What are the measures of the angles? So you know that there are 3 angles in a triangle. When it says the ratio is 1, 4, and 5, let's say this is x. Then if it's 4, this is 4 times bigger than that. So this one actually means 4x. This is 5 times bigger than the first one. So this is actually 5x. So here's our equation. X, which is our original angle, plus 4x plus 5x. Again, we're not talking about angles here. We're talking about the degree measures. If this is x, this degree measure is 4 times bigger than the original. And the third one is 5 times bigger than the original. Add those together. Remember, our number here is 1. So you've got 10x equals 180. X is equal to 18 degrees. So x equals 18 is not the only answer. It says, what are the measures of the triangle? So if the first one is 18, then the second one is 4 times that big, or 72. And the third one is 5 times that big, or 90. So you've got 18, 72, and 90 would be your answers. 18, 72, and 90. All right, and with that one, pause it and try got it, and I will come back and let you know what your answers are. All right, back with me on that. So hopefully for your 3 angles, you got 30. Hopefully you paused it and tried it. If not, you're only cheating yourself. 30, 60, and 90 degrees. 30, 60, and 90. Okay. So far, we've only talked about interior angles. Just like alternate interior angles, they are the angles that are inside of the parallel line. So interior angles of a triangle, angles that are inside the triangle. So now we need to talk about exterior angles. So this is probably something that you've not really thought about before, but there are angles outside of the polygon itself. Outside of the polygon itself. So here it is saying the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of its two remote interior angles. So here's what this is saying. Because this is a straight line right here, which has 180 degrees in it, we also know that all three of these angles of a triangle are 180 degrees. What it's actually telling you is this angle right here that's on the outside is actually equal to A plus B. And that is only because they have 180 degrees in both of them. So if it were me, I wouldn't really worry about that unless you just want to think of it as a shortcut. But I would say, okay, these two form a straight line. Let's say I know that this one is 40. Then that would mean 40. Then that would mean that this one would have to be 140. It's just whatever left over between 180. So they give you that these two would add up to this just as a little shortcut maybe for you. So in addition to its three interior angles, a triangle can have exterior angles, which is just formed by if you were to take this line and just extend it. That's one. There's an exterior angle, as is 5 there. Okay. And it's saying that each one of these is equal to its two remote interior, which basically means the ones that it's not touching. Remote interior would be the ones for 6, would be these two. If I were talking about angle 4, its remote interior angles would be 2 and 3, the one it's not touching. That's what we're talking about. All right, so let's try the first one here. It's saying that suppose measure of angle 4 is 135. Come on. Measure of angle 4 is 135. Find the measure of angle 2. So you know that 135, because it's an exterior angle, is the same as the two remote interior angles put together. Well, this little box right here tells you that that's 90. Okay? So that means 135, if that's already 90 of it, you can take 90 away from this and get what's left over, which is 45. And that's what they've got there. Okay. Probably about time for you to try one. Of course. How did I know? I'm the math magic wizard. Know all of math magic. All right. Pause it and try it, please. All right. Refer to the figure at the right. Suppose measure of angle 5. Measure of angle 5 is 147. Find measure of angle 1. So again, an exterior angle is equal to the two interior angles that are not touching this, the remote interior angles. This, of course, is 90 because it's a right angle. So 90 plus what is 147? Subtract them. 57 degrees. 57 degrees is our answer. Okay. So hopefully with that, you'll say, oh my gosh, that was such an easy lesson. This rocks. You rock, Mrs. Montgomery. You're awesome. I know. Still love to hear it, but I know. All right, with that being said, try them. Should be an easy 100 on this. But if you run into problems, come see me with questions. Good luck.